Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to the end of Timon of Athens. I am Pemberton. This is part 3, and the man-hater holds court in the wilderness. Digging for roots to eat, Timon turns up a hoard of buried gold, and now the gold is a weapon. He gives it to Alcibiades to help him sack Athens, to 2 harlots to spread disease through the city, to thieves to keep them thieving, taking a black joy in funding every mischief that might ruin mankind. The self-philosopher Apemantus visits to gloat, and the 2 trade the foulest insults. The stage has heard bandits come to rob the famous gold, and through it all the weeping Flavius arrives, the one honest creature Timon cannot bring himself to curse. Then come the grubbing poet and painter, and the senators of Athens crawling to beg the man they ruined to come home and save them. Let us finish it.
Timon enters in the woods. O blessed sun that breeds all things, draw rotten dampness out of the earth, and below the moon infect the air with it. Let twin brothers, born from one womb, whose conception, home, and birth can scarcely be separated, be touched by different fortunes, so that the greater scorns the lesser. Nature herself, though all sores attack her, cannot endure great fortune except by despising nature. Raise this beggar up, and deny honor to that lord, then the senator will inherit contempt, and the beggar will have honor by birth. It is pasture that fattens the ox's sides, it is want that makes him lean. Who dares, in pure manhood, stand upright and say, this man is a flatterer? If one is, then all are, because every step of fortune is smoothed by the one below it. The learned head bows to the golden fool. Everything is crooked. There is nothing straight in our cursed natures, except outright villainy. So let all feasts, gatherings, and crowds of men be hated. Timon despises his fellow man. Yes, he despises himself. Let destruction seize mankind. Earth, give me roots! He digs in the earth. Whoever seeks better food from you, let his palate be seasoned with your strongest poison. What is this? Gold? Yellow, glittering, precious gold? No gods, I am not a lazy worshipper asking for wealth. Roots, clear heaven's roots. Yet this much gold will make black white, foul fair, wrong right, low noble, old young, coward brave. Ah, you gods, why this? What is this, you gods? Why, this will drag your priests and servants from your sides, and pull pillows from under the heads of strong men. This yellow slave will join and break religions, bless the cursed, make grey leprosy adored, give thieves rank, titles, bowed knees, and approval among the senators on the bench. This is what makes the worm, now widow, marry again. A woman whom the hospital and ulcerous sores would make men vomit at, this embalms and perfumes back into an April day. Come, damned earth, you common whore of mankind, you that sets nations at odds with one another, I will make you act according to your true nature. The march sounds far off. Ha! A drum? You are quick, but I will bury you yet. You will go out strong thief, when the gouty keepers who guard you cannot stand. No, stay out, a pledge for what is to come. He keeps some gold. Alcibiades enters with drum and fife, in warlike manner, with Phrynia and Timandra. What are you there? Speak. A beast as you are. May disease gnaw your heart for showing me the eyes of man again. What is your name? Is man so hateful to you when you yourself are a man? I am misanthropos, and I hate mankind. As for you, I wish you were a dog, so that I might love you a little. I know you well, but I know nothing of your present fortune, and it is strange to me. I know you too, and beyond knowing you, I have no wish to know more. Follow your drum. Hate the ground red with man's blood. Religious laws and civil laws are cruel, then what must war be? This fierce whore of yours has more destruction in her than your sword, despite her cherub face. May your lips rot off. Then I will not kiss you, and the rot will return to your own lips again. How has noble Timon come to this change? As the moon does, by lacking light to give. But I could not renew myself like the moon. There were no suns for me to borrow from. Noble Timon, what friendly service may I do for you? None, except to maintain my opinion. What is that, Timon? Promise me friendship, but perform none. If you will not promise, may the gods plague you, because you are a man. If you do perform it, may they destroy you, because you are a man. I have heard something of your miseries. You saw them when I had prosperity. I see them now. Back then was a blessed time. As yours is now, kept company by a pair of harlots. Is this the Athenian favorite whom the world spoke of with such regard? Are you Timandra? Yes. Then be a horse still. The men who use you do not love you. Give them diseases, while they leave their lust with you. Make use of your salty hours. Season those slaves for tubs and baths, bring rose, cheeked youth down to fasting in the tub and to the sick man's diet. Hang yourself, monster. Pardon him, sweet Timandra, for his wits are drowned and lost in his calamities. I have had little gold lately, brave Timon, and the lack of it daily stirs rebellion in my poor band of soldiers. I have heard, and grieved to hear, how cursed Athens, forgetting your worth and forgetting your great deeds when neighboring states would have trampled them down but for your sword and fortune. I beg you, beat your drum and get gone. I am your friend and pity you, dear Timon. How do you pity a man whom you trouble? I would rather be alone. Then farewell. Here is some gold for you. Keep it. I cannot eat it. When I have laid proud Athens in ruins. Are you making war against Athens? Yes, Timon, and I have cause. May the gods destroy them all in your conquest, and destroy you afterward, when you have conquered. Why me, Timon? Because by killing villains, you were born to conquer my country. Put up your gold. Go on, here is gold. Go on. Be like a plague from the planets, when Jove hangs poison in the sick air over some city high in vice. Let your sword skip no one. Do not pity honored age for its white beard, he is an usurer. Strike down the counterfeit matron, only her dress is honest, while she herself is a bawd. Do not let the virgin's cheek soften your cutting sword. Those milk-white breasts that peer through window bars at men's eyes are not written in the book of pity, but should be recorded as horrible traitors. Do not spare the baby whose dimpled smiles draw mercy out of fools. Imagine it a bastard whom the oracle has uncertainly declared will cut your throat, and chop it up without remorse. Harden yourself against what you see. Put armor on your ears and on your eyes, so that neither the screams of mothers, maids, and babies, nor the sight of priests bleeding in holy vestments, shall pierce you in the least. There is gold to pay your soldiers. Make vast confusion, and when your fury is spent, may you yourself be destroyed. Do not speak. Be gone. Do you still have gold? I will take the gold you give me, but not all your counsel. Whether you do or whether you do not, heaven's curse on you. Give us some gold, good Timon. Do you have more? Enough to make a whore swear off her trade, and to make whores into a bawd. Hold up your aprons, you sluts, lift them high. You are not fit to swear oaths, though I know you will swear, terribly swear, calling the immortal gods who hear you into strong shivers and heavenly fevers. Spare your oaths. I will trust your natures. Be whores still. If a man whose pious breath tries to convert you comes near, be strong and hoard him, lure him, burn him up. Let your hidden fire overpower his smoke, and do not turn traitor to your trade. Yet may your pains for 6 months be quite the opposite of pleasure. Thatch your poor thin roofs with loads of dead men's hair, some of it from men who were hanged, no matter. Wear it and betray men with it. Be whores still. Paint yourselves until a horse could sink in the mire on your face. A pox on wrinkles. Well, more gold. What then? Believe it, we will do anything for gold. Sow consumption in the hollow bones of men. Strike their sharp shins, and ruin men's spurring. Crack the lawyer's voice, so that he may never again plead a false title or shriek out his legal quibbles. Make the priest gray and diseased, the one who scolds against fleshly appetite and does not believe his own sermon. Down with the nose, flatten it, take the bridge away entirely from the man who, to look after his private interest, sniffs out profit from the public good. Make curly-headed ruffians bald, and let the unscarred braggarts of war receive some pain from you. Plague them all, so that your activity may defeat and quell the source of all erection. There is more gold. Damn others, and let this damn you, and may ditches be graves for you all. More counsel with more money, generous Timon. More whoredom, more mischief first. I have given you a pledge. Strike up the drum toward Athens. Farewell, Timon. If I prosper, I will visit you again. If I hope for anything good, I will never see you again. I never did you harm. Yes, you spoke well of me. Do you call that harm? Men find it so every day. Get away and take your hounds with you. We only offend him. Strike. The drum beats. I'll leave except Timon. Timon digs in the earth. That nature, sick of mankind's cruelty, should still be hungry. Common mother, you whose immeasurable womb and endless breast produce and feed everything, you whose same substance that makes your proud child, arrogant man, so swollen with pride also breeds the black toad, the blue adder, the gilded lizard, the eyeless poisonous worm, and all the hateful creatures beneath the bright sky where Hyperion's life, giving fire, shines. Give one poor root to him who hates all your human sons. Dry up your fertile, conceiving womb, let it produce ungrateful man no more. Be pregnant with tigers, dragons, wolves, and bears. Bring forth new monsters that your upward face has never yet shown to the marble palace of the heavens. Ah, a root. Dear thanks. Dry up your marrow, your vines, and your ploughed fields, from which ungrateful man with sweet drinks and rich morsels greases his once pure mind until all judgment slips away from it. Apemantus enters. More man? Plague? I was directed here. People say you have taken a liking to my ways and now practice them. Then it is because you do not keep a dog for me to imitate. May wasting sickness seize you. This in you is only an infected nature, a poor, unmanly sadness born from a change of fortune. Why this spade, this place, this slave's clothing, and these troubled looks? Your flatterers still wear silk, drink wine, sleep softly, embrace their sickly perfumes, and have forgotten that Timon ever existed. Do not shame these woods by pretending to be a sharp-tongued critic. Be a flatterer now, and try to prosper by the very thing that ruined you. Bend your knee, and let the breath of the man you serve blow your cap from your head. Praise his worst habit and call it excellent. You were warned of this. You opened your ears like tavern keepers welcoming every rogue and every newcomer. It is only justice that you turn rascal. If you had wealth again, rascals would have it. Do not put on my likeness. If I were like you, I would throw myself away. You have thrown yourself away already by being yourself, a madman so long and now a fool. What do you think the bleak air, your rough chamberlain, will put your shirt on warm? Will these mossy trees, which have outlived the eagle, serve at your heels and jump when you point? Will the cold brook, sugared over with ice, make a warm morning drink to cure last night's excess? Call the creatures whose naked natures live through all the spite of punishing heaven, whose bare, unhoused bodies are exposed to the clashing elements and answer only to nature. Tell them to flatter you. Oh, you will find a fool in you. Go away. I love you better now than I ever did. I hate you worse. Why? You flatter misery. I do not flatter. I say you are a wretch. Why do you seek me out? To annoy you. Always the work of a villain or a fool. Does it please you? Yes. What a knave too! If you had put on this sour, cold way of living to punish your pride, it would be well. But you do it because you are forced to. You would be a courtier again if you were not a beggar. Voluntary misery outlives uncertain pomp and is crowned before it. Pomp is always filling itself, never complete. Willing misery has reached the height of its wish. The best condition, without contentment, has a distracted and most wretched life, worse than the worst condition that is content. Since you are miserable, you ought to want to die. Not by the breath of one more miserable than I am. You are a slave whom fortune's tender arm never embraced with favor, but raised like a dog. If you, like us from the time you were first wrapped in swaddling clothes, had passed through the sweet degrees that this brief world offers to those who may freely command its passive pleasures, you would have plunged yourself into general riot, melted your youth away in many beds of lust, and never learned the icy rules of restraint, but followed the sugared game set before you. But I, who had the world as my confectioner's shop, who had the mouths, tongues, eyes, and hearts of men waiting on my service, more than I could find uses for, who had numberless followers clinging to me as leaves cling to an oak, have seen them fall from their branches with one winter's brush and leave me open and bare to every storm that blows. For me to bear this, I who never knew anything but better fortune, is some burden. Your nature began in suffering. Time has hardened you in it. Why should you hate men? They never flattered you. What have you ever given? If you want to curse, curse your father, that poor rag, who out of spite put his stuff into some beggar woman and bred you, a poor hereditary rogue. Go, be gone. If you had not been born the worst of men, you would have become a knave and flatterer. Are you still proud? Yes, proud that I am not you. And I am proud that I was no prodigal. I am proud that I am one now. If all the wealth I have were shut up inside you, I would give you permission to hang it. Get away. If the whole life of Athens were in this root, this is how I would eat it. Timon eats a root. Here, I will improve your feast. First improve my company. Take yourself away. Then I will improve my own company too, by lacking yours. It is not well improved that way, it is only patched. If it is not, I wish it were. What would you have me say to Athens? I would have you carried there in a whirlwind. If you like, tell them there that I have gold. Look, I do. There is no use for gold here. The best and truest use, because here it sleeps and does no paid for harm. Where do you lie at night, Timon? Under what is above me. Where do you feed by day, Epimantus? Where my stomach finds food, or rather where I eat it. I wish poison were obedient and knew my mind. Where would you send it? To season your dishes. You never knew the middle of human life, only both extremes. When you were in your gold and perfume, they mocked you for too much finery. Now in your rags, you know no one and are despised for the opposite. Here is a meddler for you. Eat it. I do not feed on what I hate. Do you hate a meddler? Yes, though it looks like you. If you had hated meddlers sooner, you would love yourself better now. What man did you ever know who spent his estate and was still loved after his means were gone? Who did you ever know loved without those means you speak of? Myself. I understand you. You had enough means to keep a dog. What things in the world can you compare most closely to your flatterers? Women come nearest, but men are the very things themselves. What would you do with the world, Epimantus, if it lay in your power? Give it to the beasts to be rid of the men. Would you have yourself fall in the ruin of men and remain a beast among the beasts? Yes, Timon. A beastly ambition. May the gods grant you reach it. If you were the lion, the fox would trick you. If you were the lamb, the fox would eat you. If you were the fox, the lion would suspect you, perhaps after the ass had accused you. If you were the ass, your stupidity would torment you, and still you would live only as breakfast for the wolf. If you were the wolf, your greed would trouble you, and often you would risk your life for your dinner. If you were the unicorn, pride and rage would ruin you and make your own self the conquest of your fury. If you were a bear, you would be killed by the horse. If you were a horse, you would be seized by the leopard. If you were a leopard, you would be kin to the lion, and the spots of your kinship would serve as jurors on your life. All your safety would be distance, and your defense would be absence. What beast could you be that would not be subject to another beast? And what beast are you already, that you do not see what you would lose by transforming? If you could please me by speaking to me, you might have found the way just now. The commonwealth of Athens has become a forest of beasts. How has the ass broken through the wall, so that you are out of the city? A poet and a painter are coming over there. May the plague of company fall on you. I will be afraid of catching it and step aside. When I do not know what else to do, I will see you again. When there is nothing living but you, you will be welcome. I would rather be a beggar's dog than Apemantus. You are the cap and crown of all fools alive. I wish you were clean enough to spit on. A plague on you. You are too bad even to curse. Every villain standing near you looks pure beside you. The only leprosy here is what comes out of your mouth. If I call you by name, I will beat you, though touching you would infect my hands. I wish my tongue could rot them off. Get away, you offspring of a diseased dog. Rage nearly kills me because you are alive. I faint at the sight of you. I wish you would burst. Get away, you tiresome rogue. I am sorry I will waste a stone on you. Timon throws a stone at him. Beast. Slave. Toad. Rogue, rogue, rogue. I am sick of this false world, and I will love nothing in it, except the bare necessities. So, Timon, prepare your grave at once. Lie where the light sea, foam can beat against your gravestone every day. Write your epitaph so that death and me may laugh at the lives of others. O gold, sweet killer of kings, dear divider of natural son from father, bright corrupter of Hymen's purest marriage bed, brave Mars, ever young, fresh, beloved, delicate suitor, whose blush can thaw the sacred snow resting in Dian's lap, you visible God, who joins impossibilities together and makes them kiss, who speaks with every tongue for every purpose. O touchstone of hearts, consider mankind your rebellious slave, and by your power set them into such destructive conflict that beasts may rule the world. I wish it were so, but not until I am dead. I will tell people you have gold, soon you will be crowded with visitors. Crowded with visitors? Yes. Then turn your back, I beg you. Live and keep loving your misery. May you live long that way, and die that way. We are even. There are more creatures like men. Eat Timon and hate them. Apemantus exits. And did he enter? Where would he have gotten this gold? It must be some poor scrap, some small leftover piece of what he once had. The mere lack of gold, and the loss of his friends, drove him into this melancholy. People say he has a great heap of treasure. Let us put him to the test. If he does not care for it, he will easily supply us. If he greedily keeps it back, how shall we get it? True, because he does not carry it on him. It is hidden. Is that not him? Where? He matches the description. It is him. I know him. Health to you, Timon. Well, thieves? Soldiers, not thieves. Both, and also sons of women. We are not thieves, but men in great need. Your greatest need is that you lack a great deal of food. Why should you be in need? Look, the earth has roots. Within a mile of here, 100 springs break out. The oaks bear acorns, the briars bear red hips. Generous housewife nature lays a full meal before you on every bush. Need? Why need? We cannot live on grass, berries, and water, like beasts, birds, and fishes. Nor can you live on the beasts themselves, the birds, and the fishes. You must eat men. Still, I must thank you for this. You are open thieves. You do not work under holier disguises, for there is boundless theft inside respectable professions. You rascally thieves, here is gold. Go, drink the subtle blood of the grape until a high fever boils your blood into foam, and so escape hanging. Do not trust the physician. His antidotes are poison, and he kills more people than you rob. Take wealth and lives together. Do villainy, do it since you declare that is your work. Do it like craftsmen. I will give you examples of theft. The sun is a thief, and by its great attraction robs the vast sea. The moon is a shameless thief, and snatches her pale fire from the sun. The sea is a thief, whose flowing surge dissolves the moon into salt tears. The earth is a thief, feeding and breeding from a mixture stolen from the common waste of all things. Everything is a thief. The laws which curb and whip you contain unchecked theft in their harsh power. Do not love yourselves. Go. Rob one another. There is more gold. Cut throats. Everyone you meet is a thief. Go to Athens, break open shops. Whatever you steal will only be lost by thieves. Do not steal any less because I give you this, and may gold destroy you, however it can. Amen. He has almost charmed me out of my profession by persuading me to follow it. He advises us this way out of hatred for mankind, not because he wants us to prosper in our trade. I will believe him as an enemy and give up my trade. Let us first see peace in Athens. No time is so miserable that a man cannot be honest. The banditti exit. Flavius enters. O you gods! Is that despised, ruined man, my lord, full of decay and failing? O monument and wonder of good deeds badly given! What a change desperate need has made in honor! What thing on earth is baser than friends, who can bring the noblest minds to the lowest ends? How rarely this fits the fashion of these times, when a man was urged to love his enemies. Grant that I may always love, and rather seek the favor of those who would harm me than of those who do. He has seen me. I will present my honest grief to him, and still serve him as my lord with my life. My dearest master. Away! What are you? Have you forgotten me, sir? Why do you ask that? I have forgotten all men. So, if you admit you are a man, I have forgotten you. An honest poor servant of yours. Then I do not know you. I never had an honest man around me. No, all I kept were knaves serving food to villains. The gods are witness. No poor steward ever carried truer grief for his ruined lord than my eyes carry for you. What, are you weeping? Then come nearer. I love you because you are a woman, and reject flinty mankind, whose eyes never shed tears except through lust and laughter. Pity is asleep. Strange times, when people weep from laughing, not from sorrow. I beg you to know me, my good lord, to accept my grief, and while this poor bit of wealth lasts, to keep me as your steward still. Did I have a steward so true, so just, and now so comforting? It almost turns my dangerous nature gentle. Let me look at your face. Surely this man was born of a woman. Forgive my rashness that condemned all without exception, you eternal sober gods. I proclaim one honest man. Do not misunderstand me, only one, no more I pray, and he is a steward. How gladly I would have hated all mankind, and yet you redeem yourself. But all except you, I strike down with curses. I think you are more honest now than wise, because by oppressing and betraying me you might have gotten another place sooner. Many men reach a second master by climbing over their first lord's neck. But tell me truly, for I must always doubt, however certain I seem, is your kindness not cunning and greedy, a usurer's kindness, like rich men giving gifts while expecting 20 in return for one? No, my most worthy master. Doubt and suspicion, alas, have come too late into your heart. You should have feared false times when you were feasting. Suspicion always comes when an estate is at its lowest. What I show, heaven knows, is only love, duty, and devotion to your unequaled mind, and care for your food and life. Believe this, my most honored lord. Any benefit that points toward me, either hoped for or present, I would exchange for this one wish, that you had power and wealth enough to repay me by making yourself rich again. Look, it is so. You, an honest man, take this. Out of my misery, the gods have sent you treasure. Go, live rich and happy, but on this condition. Build your home away from men, hate all, curse all, show charity to none. Let starving flesh slide from the bone before you relieve the beggar. Give to dogs what you deny to men. Let prisons swallow them. Let debts wither them to nothing. Let men be like blasted woods, and may diseases lick up their false bloods. And so farewell and prosper. Oh, let me stay and comfort you, my master. If you hate curses, do not stay. Fly while you are blessed and free. Never see man, and let me never see you. They exit separately. The poet and the painter enter in the woods before Timon's cave. From what I noticed of the place, he cannot be staying far from here. What should we think of him? Is the rumor true, that he is so full of gold? Certainly. Alcibiades says so. Phrynia and Timon got gold from him. He also made poor wandering soldiers rich with a great amount of it. They say he gave his steward a mighty sum as well. Then his collapse was only a test of his friends? Nothing else. You will see him rise like a palm tree in Athens again, and flourish among the highest. So it is no bad thing for us to offer our love to him in this supposed distress of his. It will look honest in us, and very likely load our hopes with what they are working for if the report of his wealth is fair and true. What do you have now to present to him? Nothing this time but my visit. I will only promise him an excellent painting. I must serve him the same way. Tell him about a plan I have coming for him. As good as the best. Promising is the very air of the times. It opens the eyes of expectation. Actually doing the thing always seems duller once it is done, and except among the plainest and simplest people, the deed of keeping one's word has almost gone out of use. To promise is the most courtly and fashionable thing. Performance is like a will or testament, and it argues that the judgment of the man who makes it is gravely sick. Timon comes out of his cave, unseen by them at first. Aside. Excellent craftsman. You cannot paint any man as bad as yourself. I am thinking what I shall say I have prepared for him. It must be a portrait of himself, a satire against the softness of prosperity, showing the endless flatteries that follow youth and wealth. Aside. Must you stand as a villain in your own work? Will you whip your own faults in other men? Do it. I have gold for you. No, let us look for him. We sin against our own position when profit is waiting for us, and we arrive too late. True. When the day serves before black, cornered night comes, find what you want by the free light offered to you. Come. Aside. I will meet you at the turn. What a god gold is, when he is worshipped in a baser temple than the place where swine feed. It is you, gold, that rigs the ship and plows the foam. You set admired reverence inside a slave. Let worship be given to you, and may your saints, who obey only you, be crowned forever with plagues. It is fitting that I meet them. Timon comes forward. Hail, worthy Timon, our lately noble master. Have I lived long enough to see two honest men? Sir, having often tasted your open generosity, and hearing that you had withdrawn, and that your friends had fallen away, whose thankless natures, O hateful spirits! Not all the whips of heaven are large enough for them. What, do this to you, whose star, like nobility, gave life and influence to their whole existence? I am carried away, and cannot cover the monstrous size of this ingratitude with any size of words. Let it go naked. People may see it better that way. You who are honest, simply by being what you are, make those men best seen and known. He and I have traveled through the great shower of your gifts, and sweetly felt it. Yes, you are honest men. We have come here to offer you our service. Most honest men. Why, how shall I repay you? Can you eat roots and drink cold water? No? Whatever we can do, we will do to serve you. You are honest men. You have heard that I have gold. I am sure you have. Speak the truth. You are honest men. So it is said, my noble lord, but that is not why my friend and I came. Good honest men. To painter. You draw likeness better than anyone in Athens. You truly are the best. You counterfeit most lifelike. Only fairly, my lord. Just so, sir, as I say. To the poet. And as for your inventions, your verse swells with matter so fine and smooth that you seem completely natural in your art. But after all this, my honest-hearted friends, I must say you have one small fault. Truly, it is nothing monstrous in you, and I do not wish you to take much trouble to mend it. I beg your honor to make it known to us. You will take it badly. Most thankfully, my lord. Will you really? Do not doubt it, worthy lord. There is not one of you who does not trust a scoundrel who deceives you mightily. Do we, my lord? Yes. And you hear him lie, see him pretend, know his crude cheating, love him, feed him, keep him close to your heart, and still remain assured that he is a complete villain. I know no such man, my lord. Nor do I. Listen, I love you well. I will give you gold. Remove these villains from your company. Hang them, stab them, drown them in a drink, destroy them somehow, and come to me. I will give you gold enough. Name them, my lord. Let us know them. You go that way, and you this way, but there are two in each company. Each man apart, every man single and alone, still has a chief villain keeping him company. To one. If where you are there will not be two villains, do not come near him. To the other. If you will not live except where there is one villain, then abandon him. Get out, pack yourselves off. There is gold. You came for gold, you slaves. To one. You have work for me, there is payment. Away. To the other. You are an alchemist, make gold out of that. Out, you rascal dogs. Timon drives them out, then withdraws into his cave. Flavius enters with 2 senators. It is useless for you to try to speak with Timon. He is so fixed on himself alone that nothing shaped like a man seems friendly to him, except himself. Take us to his cave. It is our duty and our promise to the Athenians to speak with Timon. Men are not always the same at all times. Time and sorrow shaped him into this. Time, with a kinder hand, may offer back the fortunes of his former days and make him the man he used to be. Take us to him and let chance decide what follows. Here is his cave. May peace and contentment be here. Lord Timon. Timon, look out and speak to friends. The Athenians greet you through 2 of their most honored senators. Speak to them, noble Timon. Timon comes out of his cave. You comforting son, burn them. Speak and be hanged. For every true word, may a blister rise, and for every false one, may it burn down to the root of the tongue and consume it as it is spoken. Worthy Timon. Worthy of no one but such as you, and you are worthy of Timon. The senators of Athens greet you, Timon. I thank them, and would send the plague back to them if only I could catch it for them. Oh, forget the wrongs that we ourselves are sorry for having done to you. The senators, with one united loving consent, beg you to return to Athens. They have considered special honors now lying vacant for your best use and possession. They confess that their forgetfulness toward you is too common and too gross. Now the public body, which seldom takes back its actions, feels within itself the lack of Timon's help, and at the same time understands its own failure in withholding aid from Timon. They have sent us to offer their sorrowful admission of guilt, together with a repayment more fruitful than the weight of their offense, even by the smallest measure. They offer such heaps and sums of love and wealth as will blot out, for you, the wrongs they committed, and will write into you the signs of their love, so you may always rid them as yours. You bewitch me with this. You surprise me almost to the edge of tears. Lend me a fool's heart and a woman's eyes, and I will weep over these comforts, worthy senators. Therefore, if it pleases you to return with us and take command of our Athens, yours and ours, you will be met with thanks, granted absolute power, and your good name will live with authority. Then we shall soon drive back the wild advances of Alcibiades, who, like a savage boar, is rooting up his country's peace. And he shakes his threatening sword against the walls of Athens. Therefore, Timon. Well, sir, I will. Therefore I will, sir, do this. If Alcibiades kills my countrymen, let Alcibiades know this from Timon. Timon does not care. But if he sacks fair Athens, drags our good old men by their beards, and gives our holy virgins over to the shame of contemptuous, beastly, mad-brained war, then let him know, and tell him Timon says it, that out of pity for our old people and our young, I cannot help but tell him that I do not care. And let him take that at its worst, because his knives cannot matter while you still have throats to meet them. As for myself, there is not a little knife in his unruly camp that I do not value more dearly than the most reverend throat in Athens. So I leave you to the protection of the prosperous gods, as thieves are left to jailers. Do not stay. It is all in vain. Why, I was writing my epitaph. It will be seen tomorrow. My long sickness of health and living now begins to heal, and having nothing brings me everything. Go on living. Let Alcibiades be your plague, and you be his, and may you last long enough for that. I speak in vain. And yet I love my country, and I am not someone who rejoices in common destruction, as common rumor says I do. That is well spoken. Give my greetings to my loving countrymen. Those words suit your lips as they pass through them, and they enter our ears like great victors entering through applauding gates. Give my greetings to them, and tell them that, to relieve them of their griefs, their fears of enemy blows, their pains, losses, love-sickness, and all the other sudden pangs that nature's fragile vessel must endure on life's uncertain voyage, I will do them some kindness. I will teach them how to prevent wild Alcibiades' anger. I like this well. He will return again. I have a tree growing here inside my enclosure, and my own need calls me to cut it down. Soon I must fell it. Tell my friends, tell Athens, from the highest rank down to the lowest, that whoever wants to end his affliction should hurry here before my tree has felt the axe, and hang himself. I pray you, give them my greeting. Trouble him no further. This is how you will always find him. Do not come to me again. Tell Athens that Timon has made his eternal home on the beached edge of the salt flood, where once a day the restless surge, with its swelling foam, will cover it. Come there, and let my gravestone be your oracle. Lips, let bitter words pass by, and let language end. What is wrong, let plague and infection mend. Let graves be men's only works, and death their prophet. Sun, hide your beams. Timon has finished his reign. Timon exits into his cave. His discontents are joined to his nature and cannot be removed. Our hope in him is dead. Let us return and strain every other means left to us in our desperate danger. That calls for swift feet. They exit. 2 other senators enter before the walls of Athens with a messenger. You have made a painful discovery. Are his troops as full in number as you report? I have said less than the truth. Besides, his campaign promises an immediate approach. We stand in great danger if they do not bring Timon. I met a courier, an old friend of mine. Though in the general cause we were on opposite sides, our old love had a private strength and made us speak like friends. This man was writing from Alcibiades to Timon's cave with letters begging for Timon's fellowship in the cause against your city, partly moved on by Timon's own sake. The other senators returned from Timon. Here come our brothers. Do not speak of Timon. Expect nothing from him. The enemy's drum is heard, and fearful rushing fills the air with dust. Go in and prepare. I fear the fall is ours, and the trap belongs to our foe. They exit. In the woods near Timon's cave, with a rough tomb visible, a soldier enters, looking for Timon. By every description, this should be the place. Who is here? Speak, hello. No answer? What is this? Timon is dead, who has stretched his life to its limit. Some beast may read this. No man is alive. Dead surely, and this is his grave. What is written on this tomb? I cannot read. I will take the characters in wax. Our captain understands every kind of writing, an old interpreter, though young in years. By now he is encamped before proud Athens, whose fall is the target of his ambition. Soldier exits. Trumpets sound. Alcibiades enters with his army before the walls of Athens. Sound our terrifying approach to this cowardly and filthy city. A signal for negotiation is sounded. The senators appear on the walls. Until now, you have gone on filling your days with every kind of lawless excess, making your own desires the measure of justice. Until now, I and others who lived under the shadow of your power have wandered with our arms folded in helplessness, and have wasted our breath enduring your wrongs. Now the time is ripe, when the very marrow that once crouched inside a strong man's body cries out, no more. Now breathless injustice shall sit panting in your great comfortable chairs, and swollen insolence shall lose its breath in fear and horrible flight. Noble young lord, when your first injuries were still only a grievance in the mind, before you had power and before we had reason to fear, we sent to you to soothe your anger, hoping to erase our ingratitude with kindness greater than the offense. And in the same way we tried to draw changed Timon back into love with our city, by humble messages and promised help. We were not all unkind, and we do not all deserve the shared blow of war. These walls of ours were not built by the hands of the men who caused your injuries, nor is it right that these great towers, trophies, and schools should fall because of private faults in particular men. Nor are the men still alive who first drove you out. Shame, because they had no wisdom in their excess, has broken their hearts. March into our city, noble lord, with your banners displayed. If your revenge hungers for the food that nature hates, then by decimation and a death taken from every 10, take the appointed 10th. By the chance of the mark die, let the guilty ones die. Not everyone has offended you. For those who did wrong, it is not just to take revenge on those who remain. Crimes, like lands, are not inherited. So, dear countrymen, bring in your ranks, but leave your rage outside. Spare the Athens that nursed you, and spare those relatives who, in the storm of your anger, would have to fall along with those who have offended. Come to the flock like a shepherd and separate out the infected ones, but do not kill them all together. Whatever you want, you will gain it more surely by your smile than by hacking your way to it with your sword. Only set your foot against our fortified gates, and they will open, so long as you send your gentle heart ahead of you to say that you will enter as a friend. Throw down your glove, or any other token of your honor, to show that you will use this war as your remedy and not as our destruction. Then all your forces shall find lodging in our town until we have granted your full desire. Then, there is my glove. Come down and open your undefended gates. Those enemies of Timon and of myself, whom you yourselves shall identify for punishment, will fall, and no others. And to calm your fears with my more honorable purpose, not one man shall pass beyond his assigned quarters or trouble the flow of lawful justice within your city's bounds. Anyone who does shall be punished according to your public laws, with the severest penalty. That is most nobly spoken. Come down and keep your promises. The senators descend. A soldier enters. My noble general Timon is dead. He is buried on the very edge of the sea, and on his gravestone is this inscription. I brought it away in wax, whose soft impression explains it for my poor understanding. Here lies a wretched corpse, deprived of a wretched soul. Do not seek my name. May a plague consume you wicked wretches who remain. Here I lie, Timon, who while alive hated all living men. Pass by and curse as much as you like, but pass on, and do not stop here. These words express well the spirit you had at the end. Though you hated in us the griefs common to human beings, and scorned the flow from our brains, those drops of tears that fall from stingy nature, still your rich imagination taught you to make vast Neptune weep forever over your low grave, washing faults forgiven. Noble Timon is dead, and we will say more of his memory hereafter. Bring me into your city, and I will use the olive branch together with my sword. I will make war produce peace, make peace put a limit on war, and make each one prescribe medicine for the other, as each is the other's healer. Let our drums strike. They all exit.
And there Timon of Athens ends not with a death scene but with an absence. Alcibiades, the one wronged man who answered injury with mercy, marches into the city he could have burned and chooses to heal it instead, sheathing his sword to make war breed peace. And out by the sea Timon is simply gone, dead in a cave with no man by, leaving behind a rude tomb and an epitaph that spits at every passerby. Here lies one who hated all living men, so curse your fell and go. It is the bleakest thing Shakespeare wrote, a fable of bounty and ingratitude with no comfort in it, one open hand turned into one clenched fist, and a great heart that loved too freely and ended hating the world. Thank you for sitting with the whole of Timon of Athens. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.